Hello and welcome back. This video will be looking at simple interest. So first, let's look at some terms. When you invest money, the money that you invest is called the principal. And with simple interest, we're going to invest just some money, which will be called the principal, and that principal isn't going to change. It's just going to be the principal for the rest of the question. When we're talking about interest, when you invest money, that money can earn more money, and interest is going to be the money that's going to be earned from that initial principal. So if you invest X amount and you earn a little bit, that little bit that you earn is called the interest. And APR stands for annual percentage rate. And normally, this is how much interest you earn will be based on some percentage. And the percentage is called the APR. Notice that this is an annual percentage rate. This is going to be the percent money that you should be earning each year. You might be in a situation where you're looking at monthly, at some monthly percentage rate, or even more than years. So say like biannually every 2 years or something like this. For our purposes, we're pretty much only going to deal with annual percentage rates. And finally, so simple interest as opposed to other sorts of interest. Here you're going to earn the same amount of interest each year based on the initial principal. So you invest some money, and let's say the interest you're going to earn is $30. If it's simple interest, you're just going to earn $30 every year that this is invested. For simple interest, the interest never changes. And we'll be looking at a different sort of interest in the next couple videos. So let's look at a question. Say that we invest $2,000 into an account that pays simple interest with an APR of 1.5%. So we know how much we've invested, and we know the percentage interest that we're going to earn. So the question is, how much money will be in the account each year for the next 5 years? So over here I've just said, okay, so in year 0, so initially when we put our money into the account, that account is going to have $2,000 in it. So then the question is, after 1 year, we'll have earned some interest, and how much interest will we have earned? Well, with an APR of 1.5, we can find 1.5% of 2,000. So 1.5% of $2,000. When we want to take a percentage of something else, the word of here means multiply. So we're going to take 1.5 times $2,000. But I can't just multiply this percentage. I need to turn it into a decimal. And to turn it into a decimal, I divide by 100. So this is going to be 0.015. Notice that the decimal place is just behind the 1. And when I scoot it over twice, it's now 2 in front of the 1. And we'll take this times 2,000. So let's come over to our calculator. And we have 0.015 times 2,000 gives us 30. So every year, our account is going to earn $30. So this is going to be fairly simple. After year 1, my account is going to have increased by $30. So we can see that we're going to go from $2,000 to $2,000 to $2,030. If I add another $30 into the account, at the end of year 2, I'm going to have $2,060. If I add another $30 into the account, I'm going to have $2,090. At the end of year 4, we're going to have $2,120. Add another $30 into the account. At the end of year 5, we'll have $2,150. So every year we're just going to be earning that extra $30 of interest. So this is called simple interest. And again, with simple interest, the amount of interest that we earn is only based on how much you invested to begin with. And we'll just earn that same interest every year. It turns out that there's a nice formula for this. When we look at this, what do? We started with the initial principal, and we added some percent of the initial principal to it every year for a number of years. So here is our formula. Let me highlight this. So the amount of money in our account, so A is going to be our account, is going to be our initial principal, so this is P, plus a little bit. Okay. When we look at APR, this is going to be our interest rate. And if we take our interest rate times our principal, this is how much money our account is going to earn every year. And if we are going to earn it for some number of years, we'll just take that times y. So for instance, up here, at the end of 5 years, I would have earned $30 5 times. And then we add that back, and that's how much money is in our account. So let's use our formula here. If we invest $4,135 into account that pays a simple interest of 2.3%, how much money will be in the account after 15 years? So we need to identify what is our initial principal, what is our percentage rate, and how many years are we going to be investing? Well, the principal is going to be how much money we invested, which is just going to be $4,135. Our annual percentage rate, our interest, is going to be 2.3%, which, if I want to turn this into a decimal, I'll need to do that, which is going to be 0.023. Again, I'm shifting the decimal place over twice. I'm dividing 2.3 by 100. And when I divide by 100, I'm going to get 0.023. And we also need to know how many years are we investing. And this is going to be 15 years. So I have all my numbers, and I can plug them into my formula. So how much money in the account is simply going to be the principal plus the percentage rate times the principal times how long we have invested. So this is going to be so 4,135. That's how much I initially invest, plus 2.3% of 4,135 for 15 years. So let's come over to Desmos. We invested $435, and we're going to earn a little bit. How much are we going to earn? 2.3%, which is the same thing as 0.023 of our initial principal for 15 years. And here we have 5,561. Let's round this to the nearest dollar. So this is going to be 5,561, but we're going to round up, because we have the 5 there, to 5,562. So we earn the same interest every year for 15 years. So at the end, with our $4,135 investment, there's now $5,562 in there. So we've earned over $1,000 by leaving it in the account for 15 years. But earning $1,000 over 15 years might not feel like all that much, but every little bit helps. So let's look at one more. If we invest $3,000 into an account that pays a simple interest of 3%. How much money will be in the account after 30 years? So we're going to leave it in there for a long time. So again, our initial principal, how much we invest, that was $3,000. Our APR, our annual percentage rate, is going to be 3%. This is how much interest we're going to earn. But we don't want percentage as a percent. We want it as a decimal, as a number, so that we can use it. So if we divide 3 by 100, we'll have 3 100ths. Finally, we're going to invest it for 30 years. So our formula in our account is going to be our initial principal plus a little bit. We're going to add our interest rate times our initial principal for 30 years. So we're going to take that times how many years we invest. So it's going to be 3,000 plus 0.03 times 3,000 for 30 years. And this is just something that we can plug into a calculator. So our initial investment of 3,000, and then we're going to add a little bit each year. We're going to add 3%, so 0.03 times 3,000. So we're going to add 3% of 3,000 every year, but we're going to do that for 30 years, and we get $5,700. So after 30 years, we'll have increased our account from $3,000 to $5,700. And that is simple interest in a nutshell.